So viewers, 20 of our army personnel laid down their lives while protecting India's sovereignty from the Chinese on the night of 15th of June. India salutes these brave hearts, and we are cutting live across to shots coming in. In fact, these visuals coming in from Patna as these martyrs will be laid to rest. In fact, their sacrifice that they have done for our nation will not be forgotten. These are the 20 army personnel who laid their lives while protecting India's sovereignty from the Chinese on the intervening night of 15th of June. The entire country has come together saluting these brave hearts, and these are the live visuals coming in from Patna, where these are the wreath-laying ceremony shots and his last rites to be performed Let's go across to my colleague Prakash, who is also joining us live from Patna. Prakash, over to you.
Well, the mortal remains of 5 Jawans from Ladakh has arrived here in Patna airport. The wreath-laying ceremony is on in the presence of Bihar Chief Minister Nitish Kumar, Deputy Chief Minister Sushil Modi, and Leader of Opposition RJD, and various other political leaders, ministers, army officers, senior government officers. Today early morning, Havaldar Sunil Kumar was cremated with full state honors in Bihta on the bank of river Ganga. And now these Jawans have laid their lives for the country and made a supreme sacrifice. And as I was reporting today early morning from Bihta, and there was a unified voice resonating from the villagers that India should take its revenge from China, and it was a complete unanimity, and it was a scene where national tricolor was being unfurled all over the road in the honor of Sunil Kumar. And the same is happening here with the 5 Jawans, with Prime Minister Narendra Modi making it pretty clear that India is capable of protecting its border, and also had sent a message right across to the Chinese counterpart that they want peace and normalcy, given the fact of the situation that both are nuclear armed countries and they don't want any conflict in South Asia. And the point is how India emerges from this crisis will influence its international image and long-term security. China also understands India's strength, and India, through its actions that extend beyond the military realm, must show that China seriously miscalculated in starting a border conflict with it. Chinese counterparts have oftenly been involved in proxy wars involving states like Pakistan and Nepal. And in that context, China is also facing the global heat, and it is losing reputation as industries are moving out in this pandemic. And that is why continuous war-like situation is being escalated in the Gulwam Valley, and as a result of which the Ministry of External Affairs also reiterated the fact that it was a pre-planned effort. There we have Bihar Chief Minister Nitish Kumar laying the wreath on the mortal remains of the martyrs, and amidst the presence of full state honors. And the mortal remains of these Jawans, 3 Jawans, will be kept in the Danapur regiment of the Bihar Regiment Center. 2 of them would be directly sent to Saharsa and East Singhbhum. East Singhbhum from here today, because they are in the far-flung areas. So coming back to the point, the standoff between India and China is that China has always considered India as a major competitor, and when the world is trying to move out of China, India will leverage its strength as a consumer market, and that is one threat that the Chinese is apprehensive of, because doing business and infrastructure is strengthened so that India become big manufacturers in other sectors as well. And that is the bone of contentions. And skirmishes at the border have political, economic, diplomatic and cultural sequences for sure. And it requires the right deliberation, which is happening from the Indian side, India is sending a message, and the World Forum is united in its stand against China. And there we see the state honors being done. So there we have the guard of honor being given to the mortal remains of the 5 Jawans. It's an act of supreme sacrifice for the country. As an Indian, so we should all honor and respect, and what I've been witnessing all across, it is like a similar situation what happened during the Balakot incident, when people had come out in large numbers on the streets, on the roads, holding tricolors, sending a message right across in different sections of the society of unity in diversity, and that is the beauty of India. So India showing its might and strength, and China cannot miscalculate its judgment of the military might of India, and at no cost can it cross border just to walk into the Indian territory and then allege that the aggressor was the Indian. That's been the Chinese tactics for quite long. In 1962 or in 1967, they did the same. And India's long-standing border management policy to largely maintain peace and tranquility along the line of actual control is a move that has been moved by the MEA, and we also get to know that the standoff between both India and China is being taken seriously by the Indian side, and both Prime Minister Modi, Home Minister Amit Shah, and as well as Defense Minister Rajnath Singh has been involved in deliberations for quite some time, and very soon they will be holding a all political party meet to apprise them of the situation arising out of the current standoff between India and China. So the wreath-laying ceremony is almost over. Now the mortal remains will be carried on the carriage van to the Bihar Regiment Center. And with this, after this, the mortal remains would be sent back to the respective native places of the people concerned who attained martyrdom. And India sending a message right across that there will be no compromise on our territorial integrity. And they've also sent a message that China